is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
And by the way, I got to thank the Goose and the folks out here coming out here to see us and out here at Tortugas. He just told me I loaded up on Ethereum and Bitcoin, and I told him, hell yeah. So did I right now. It is time. I see Lisa's going, Bitcoin down to 22.8. Bye. Anyway, time to talk a little Miami Dolphins with our favorite Expos fan. That is Alain Poupart. How you doing, my brother? You doing all right?
Doing good. Out here in Tampa with the family on a little vacation, throwing in some work as well, but mostly for fun.
Okay. What you doing? Busch Gardens? Is that the deal?
Did Busch Gardens Saturday, were interrupted by lightning. It's nasty. Went back again yesterday, the whole day, and whole family's having a hard time getting up this morning. We were there the whole day. Today we're hitting Venture Island.
There you go. And then don't you need a vacation after the vacation?
Oh, I do actually.
Yeah, no. More tired after. When you go to amusement park, that's not relaxing, bro.
No.
It's just not relaxing. You're walking all day, standing all day, and you're like, dude, is this supposed to be a vacation or what? Because when you're all done, it's like you're worn out, bro. I don't know about you, but I'm out of gas by the end of the day.
No, and we did a couple of crazy rides yesterday. Iron Wazi, I think it's called. New one that they have at Busch Gardens.
Yeah, I know that one. Yeah.
That thing took me off my seat like five times. Only a good thing I was restrained by the straps. Otherwise, I'd have flown off that thing. That thing was a workout.
I can imagine. All right, so let me ask you, in your preparations over the weekend, were you able to catch the Tyreek Hill podcast? I would imagine you're a subscriber by now.
I did not catch it, but I'm very familiar with the highlights, most of the comments, his complaints about how he was using KC, his comments about the towing through and Mahomes together in the same sentence, which is completely absurd.
I think he only threw accuracy. It's the only thing he really mentioned.
Considering what would he know, no offense, but what would he know about his accuracy when what he's had with him are 8 practices in shorts and t-shirts?
No, that's your practice. No, those are the ones in the facility that he's practiced with them outside of the facility too.
I understand that, but it's pitch and catch. It is not there. There's game accuracy and even full pad accuracy, and then there's pitch and catch. And for pitch and catch from a short distance, what?
Why are you making a big deal of this? He is accurate. He's deadly accurate.
And I never said it. I never said he wasn't. No, he's deadly accurate from short range. Yes, he's deadly accurate from short range.
He can throw a deep ball too. By the way, I think he had one of the higher percentages on the few deep balls that he threw in the NFL.
On the few deep balls that he threw in the NFL. Yeah.
Oh well, my brother. Until you get a running game and an offensive line, you're not going to throw it often.
I understand. Okay, we're gonna go with that thing again. Okay, again.
Oh, that's common sense.
Are we really gonna compare?
No. There's no comparison. Zero comparison.
Okay, it's premature to me to be throwing out two is more accurate than Patrick Mahomes. When you played with him, basically 5 OTAs and 2 minicamp practices.
Well, here's where I might disagree with you on this one.
Okay.
95% of your passes are all short and intermediate. All of them. 95. Very few are deep balls. So if 95% of the time that's your practice and he's catching balls from him all over the place, maybe he does feel the kid is deadly accurate because he is deadly accurate. That's the only thing Tyreek said. He didn't say he was more athletic. He didn't say I had a bigger arm.
Correct.
He didn't say anything else. He just said accuracy. And if you really think about it, most of your passes are all inside, 30-yard box anyways.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So that's where he sells in.
Okay. And the other point why I pay very little credence to what he said, and to me, it's one of those where, no, it's great that he said it, but it should be taken for what it's worth. If you recall a couple of weeks ago when Tyreek spoke to the media after a practice in Miami, he made it a point to say it was very important to build to his confidence. That's number one. Okay. So obviously saying he's more accurate than Patrick Mahomes is a good step toward that. Number two, he's playing for the Dolphins right now. And this notion of like you talk, for example, like,
yeah, but if he wanted to talk about him, he would say other things that he was better at, and he didn't say that. He just talked about accuracy, which is
because that's the thing you can go to. And for I don't even know if we want to get into all that, but again, for example, like the Alabama wide receivers, when they went back to college in the final year, what did they say? They liked Mac Jones better. Why? Because they were playing with Mac Jones at the time.
Right.
So exactly. That's only logical.
That's the decent thing to do.
Correct.
Right there. Waddle did the responsible thing at that moment, and he said, by the way, he talked about it that, hey man, Tua's already in the league. I don't need to help him. I got to help my guy Mac. And so he had to talk up Mac, which makes a lot of sense, which is the right thing to do at that moment.
Which is why it makes sense for Tyreek Hill. And on top of the fact, again, he's loving life, loving everybody right now because he got paid. So of course he's going to talk up Tua. It makes perfect sense, and he's going to talk up Tua even more because he wants the ball. Complaining about his number of targets and not being more part of the KC offense when he averaged 10 targets a game and was 7th in the NFL in most targets. I mean, come on.
That was a ridiculous complaint, but he's a receiver. He's a diva, so he's going to want the ball more. That's just the way it is. So I get all of that. I have no problem with that. You know what? You got to go listen to the podcast because not so much about the Dolphins, but the fact that the Devontae Adams contract kind of changed the landscape of their negotiations.
Yeah.
And that KC was just not willing to go anywhere near that neighborhood where Miami was willing. And that's kind of weird, man, thinking, if you're KC, you have such a dynamic player that changes the face of a game within 2 seconds. Why would you not sacrifice for that one player who is so dynamic? And that's the weird part. Now, before you came on, I was to kind of contradict what I just said. Andy Reid is such a great offensive coordinator. Maybe he feels, he's always going to have great offenses. So maybe he feels he can overcome it and may not have the same big plays, but it'll still be a productive offense. But I still found it kind of weird that they would not go all the way for that guy.
Well, but there's also, we got to be careful too, but with Tyreek and his reputation, if you look at the numbers and we keep talking big plays.
Actually, they've gone down.
Correct. I mean, his yards, I think he was like 66 in yards per reception, and he was 95th in yak. The thing with Tyreek is the threat's always there, but more so than it's always a big play waiting to happen. And the other factor, I think this tells you that the Chiefs think Patrick Mahomes is a hell of a lot more important to their success on offense than Tyreek Hill. And we'll find out, but I don't think they're wrong.
Yeah, it's what it also ends up becoming the negative when you have to pay your quarterback, and if Tua does blow up and does play well in 2 years, when you pay him, then you will suffer the same fate. Also, like every team, Russell Wilson, who was it? Baltimore. Remember when they won, they had to pay Flacco, and then they ended up losing a whole bunch of players after that because of that, and that was only like 20-25 million in those days. I think was the Flacco salary. Now, dude, we're talking 40, 45, 50, for those upper echelon quarterbacks. So Miami will, that'll be the good thing will be if Tua breaks out. The bad thing will be that's what ends up closing your window too.
Well, and it's a problem you would rather have because ultimately you want to have that kind of quarterback that's going to command that kind of money, So that's a bad scenario for the Dolphins for Tua to blow up.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right about that. What are you working on at the Sports Illustrated so folks can check you out at alldolphins.com?
Well, since I'm on like a quote unquote quasi vacation, I have my writer Dante Collinelli's been doing profiles of several different players. I forget who we got going today. Brandon Jones, I believe. We got a profile on him. But tomorrow, and I'm continuing the jersey countdown. Today's at number 87, and try to come up with a whole lot of number 87s in Dolphin history who have been really, really productive. And it was a tough list. It was tough to come up with 3.
Yeah, dude. Now that Camarillo? I don't think he was.
No, he
80.
was 83. It was 83.
Yeah. I don't think he was 87. I don't. You know what? That's an odd number. Now that I think about it, like, was one of the 80s tight ends 87?
Mm-hmm.
Was it Johnson?
Dan Johnson was 80. Yeah, he was 87. I believe he wasn't my number one, but he was in the list. I believe he was in the top
bro.
three.
He died.
He was solid. I mean, he was solid, but he wasn't like.
No. He wasn't. No, but one of the things I remember about him, and I don't know if Joe Rosso remember this, or I'm sure Marino will probably, but he mastered the sliding catch. Mm-hmm. I don't know how many times he did it, but he went down and to catch the ball, and he slid like a baseball slide. And he did that several times as a Dolphin. He was like really good at that. Like Marino could throw it low, and he would adjust to it and slide and catch. And I was like, damn, dude, Johnson's a stud when he would be able to pull those kind of moves. But now that I think about it, man, I don't remember a lot of 87s that were. Who were they? Who were they on that list? Can you give it away to us?
I'll give you one. Andre Tillman.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
That goes way back. Yeah. No.
It's a weak list.
Yeah. There's like, in doing the list, there were like 3 or 4 numbers. I think number 60 was another one. 69 was another one where it was like, oof, not a whole lot of contribution there.
Yeah. Sims? Was Sims 69?
Correct.
Okay.
But outside of him, I mean.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying, dude. I'm trying, bro. You know what I mean? I'm just going off the computer banking here. You know what I mean? So it's hard, bro, to think of. You get me with some of those numbers. The easier ones, I can produce a whole bunch of names, but man, some of those, yeah, you're right. That is a tough one there. All right, good stuff as always. Follow him on Twitter at Poupart NFL and catch him twice a week doing his thing here with the Sports Grill Miami Dolphins Insider Report. Alain, as always, thank you, my brother. Appreciate you. We'll catch you later in the week.
You got it. Sounds good.
You got it. There you go. The great Alain Poupart and our Sports Grill Miami Dolphins report.